Hey folks, Alex here, and I want to talk about those late nights spent struggling to turn 1 hour of raw footage into a week of social posts. We all know the drill, scrubbing through hours of video, finding the good parts, and then manually trimming, captioning, and resizing everything for different platforms. It felt incredibly tedious, and honestly, it was the part of creating that I used to dread the most. But then I stumbled onto a tool that completely changed my workflow, and I knew I had to share it with you. Meet Vizard, and before you roll your eyes, I promise this isn't just another slow, clunky app that promises miracles. Think of it as having a junior editor, a sharp social strategist, and a dedicated scheduling assistant, all wrapped into one smart tool. It actually understands how creators work, and it's become the absolute backbone of my content production process. First off, let's talk about the auto-editing magic, because this feature is a total game changer for long-form content. Whether it's a 45-minute stream or a 2-hour workshop, you don't have to scrub through it yourself anymore. Vizard scans your entire video to identify the punchlines, the emotional peaks, and the specific aha moments that really grab attention. It automatically creates ready-to-post clips that are already perfectly optimized for platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Shorts. It's genuinely wild to watch the AI pull out the parts that stop the scroll and package them into polished videos with captions included. This isn't just some random highlight picker, but an intelligent system that analyzes audio peaks, pacing, and engagement signals. It does exactly what a skilled human editor would spend hours doing, but it gets the job done in just a few minutes. For creators who produce long-form content, the time savings here are impossible to overstate. Instead of losing half your day to the editing room, you end up with a stack of high-quality clips ready to go live. But here is the real kicker, and the reason Vizard stands out from the crowded pack of other editing tools. You can actually set up auto-scheduling, meaning you never have to babysit your post times ever again. Just tell the app your posting cadence, and it handles the heavy lifting of publishing across your platforms automatically. You are effectively turning one single recording into weeks of content without ever having to touch your phone daily. If you care about consistency, which is the secret sauce for growth on social media, this feature is massive. Then there is the content calendar, which gives you one central place to manage your entire strategy. You can drag and drop your clips, tweak captions on the fly, and see your entire posting schedule at a glance. It eliminates the need to juggle spreadsheets, sticky notes, or a dozen different apps just to stay organized. It's basically like having a professional social media manager living in your pocket without the massive monthly salary. Now, I get asked all the time how this compares to other tools, and yes, there are plenty of transcription and editing apps out there. Some are great for transcription but fail at identifying the viral moments, while others give you templates but expect way too much manual effort. Even tools like Descript are great, but they still require you to do the hands-on trimming and lack a robust scheduling calendar. Cheaper apps often spit out clips that feel generic and flat, leaving you to do the heavy lifting of adding personality back in. And while hiring freelance editors gives you custom work, it's rarely a sustainable model for most creators on a budget. Vizard feels completely different because it stitches the entire funnel from finding clips to scheduling into one seamless experience. You aren't jumping between apps. You are just moving through a workflow which saves you hours of friction. Let me give you a quick real-world example of how this worked for me last week. I recorded a 1-hour conversation that was pretty casual but packed with 2 really solid takeaways. I uploaded the raw file to Vizard, hit the auto-edit button, and in under 20 minutes I had 8 ready-to-use clips. I had punchy short-form bits, some longer educational clips for YouTube, and even some teasers formatted specifically for stories. The app even suggested captions and thumbnail frames, which saved me even more time. I just picked my favorites, made a few minor adjustments, and scheduled everything out for the next 2 weeks. All told, I spent maybe 30 minutes total, which previously would have been a full day of exhausting work. Privacy is also huge for me, and I love that Vizard doesn't force you into a one-size-fits-all workflow. You maintain complete control to review, trim, and adjust the copy before anything ever goes live. Whether you want to keep raw files private or export everything for a human editor, the app is completely flexible. And yes, the captions are a massive win here since they auto-generate and are fully editable. For those of us who rely on subtitles for engagement, this feature alone is worth the price of admission. Another thing I appreciate is that Vizard doesn't lock you into rigid templates that make your content look like everyone else's. You can easily customize fonts, colors, and intro beats to keep your specific brand personality front and center. Viewers can smell cookie-cutter content a mile away, so having that level of customization is absolutely key. I want to call out one more major advantage over other solutions, and that is the ability to scale your output easily. If you are a podcaster or a teacher creating long-form content, Vizard makes the difference between sporadic posting and a consistent presence. Instead of treating a video as a single asset, you turn every recording into a powerful multi-post campaign. The compound effect on your reach is real because you are hitting the algorithm with varied hooks and consistent timing. Look, no tool is perfect, and if you are a director-level editor who needs frame-by-frame color grading, this isn't Premiere Pro. It's not meant to be a high-end editor for feature films, but that's not who this is for. For the vast majority of creators and coaches turning long content into consistent short clips, it is the most practical tool I have found. To be clear, I am not saying other tools are useless if you love crafting every single frame for hours on end. But if you want to scale your content without burning out and keep that authentic vibe, Vizard handles the boring back-end stuff. This lets you focus on what really matters: your ideas, your delivery, and connecting with your community. If you are into experiments, try uploading just one long video and see how many clips it generates for you. Watch how the different audience segments react to those varied hooks over the course of 2 weeks. You will get comments and shares from people who never would have watched the full-length video, which is how growth happens today. This consistent micro-content is what captures attention in the 3 to 30-second range, which is the current sweet spot. I have been using Vizard in my pipeline for a while, and it's helped me stay consistent and made creation fun again. If you are tired of doing the same repetitive editing loop, it might be worth a try, especially if you have long videos waiting. Alright, that is my spiel for now, but I have a full up-close walkthrough coming next where I show my exact steps. I'll walk you through everything from the upload process to the final schedule, so definitely stick around if you want to see the magic. If you want to test it out sooner, check the link in the description for a trial and see how many clips it pulls on your own footage. I am Alex, and I am all about making work less of a grind and more about the creative process. Vizard isn't perfect for every single use case, but for turning long-form content into a steady stream of clips, it's a total game changer. I will catch you in the next segment where I walk through my exact process, step by step, so peace out.